Time is an incredibly valuable resource. Every moment that passes is a moment we will never get back. And yet, many of us allow it to slip through our fingers without giving it a second thought. Today, I want to talk about the importance of learning how to spend your time wisely, because in the end, how you manage your time will determine how far you go in life. We must understand the value of time. Time doesn't care about your plans, your dreams, or your goals. It moves forward regardless of what you do with it. And once it's gone, it's gone. So it's critical that we begin to treat time as the precious resource it truly is. Every moment you spend is an investment in your future, and that investment can either move you closer to your goals or take you further away. The next step in learning to spend your time wisely is learning how to prioritize. Ask yourself what truly matters to me. What are the tasks, relationships, and activities that align with the future I want to create? When you begin to answer these questions, you'll find that many of the things that consume your time may not even be contributing to your happiness or success. Prioritize what aligns with your values and let go of the distractions that don't. But it's not just about prioritizing, it's about being mindful of how we spend each moment. Mindfulness means being present in the here and now, focusing on what you're doing and making conscious decisions with your time. It means turning off the distractions and choosing to be engaged in the moment at hand. Whether you're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or simply enjoying a moment of stillness, being mindful will allow you to truly experience and appreciate every moment. And speaking of distractions, let's talk about those. In this digital age, distractions are everywhere. We've all been guilty of scrolling through our phones or getting caught up in the noise of the world around us. But if we truly want to spend our time wisely, we have to be intentional about where we put our energy. Eliminate the distractions that don't serve your purpose. Set boundaries, create routines, and make space for the things that truly matter. Time wisely spent is not all about productivity. Yes, it's crucial to work hard and stay focused, but it's equally important to take time for self-care. Spend time nurturing your body, your mind, and your spirit. Rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to tackle life's challenges and make the most of every moment. Take a step back today and reflect on how you're spending your time. Are you investing in your dreams, your passions, and your well-being? If not, it's never too late to make a change. You are the architect of your time. Make it work for you, and your future will thank you for it. Time is one of the most precious and irreplaceable resources that each of us has. It's the one thing that no matter how much wealth, knowledge, or power you accumulate, you can never get more of. Once a moment passes, it is gone forever, and nothing can bring it back. And yet, despite its fleeting nature, many of us continue to take it for granted. We procrastinate, waste it on things that don't matter, or allow it to slip through our hands because we don't fully grasp how valuable it truly is. In fact, it is often only when we look back after a period of wasted time that we realize the true cost of those lost moments. The concept of time can seem abstract and intangible, but the reality is that time, more than any other resource, is the most finite thing we have. It doesn't matter how much money we have, how many opportunities we're presented with, or how ambitious we are. Time once spent can never be reclaimed. So it's crucial that we begin to view time as the precious resource it is. The way we spend our time defines who we are, how we grow, and what we ultimately achieve in life. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and yet the way we use those hours determines so much of our life's trajectory. Time is the foundation upon which we build our lives, and how we spend it shapes everything from our relationships and health to our success and happiness. Yet, so often we allow time to pass without being mindful of how we're using it. We get caught up in distractions, fear, or busyness without realizing that every hour we spend not focused on our goals or values is an hour we'll never get back. The truth is that time, more than any other resource, is directly linked to the quality of our lives. How we use our time is often a reflection of our priorities and values. If we spend most of our time working without ever making room for our families, our passions, or our own health, we may find ourselves financially successful, but emotionally and physically drained. If we waste hours scrolling through social media, mindlessly watching television, or getting lost in activities that don't serve our growth or joy, we are letting precious moments slip by. When you take a step back and truly consider the finite nature of time, it becomes easier to evaluate where you are investing it. Are the activities you engage in adding value to your life? Are they bringing you closer to your goals? Are they nurturing the relationships that matter most to you? These questions are crucial because time spent doing things that don't align with your deeper values or long-term goals is essentially time wasted. And when we waste time, we are unknowingly delaying the life we desire. The way we view time also determines how much we appreciate it. In our modern world, we've developed a sense of urgency and always seem to be rushing through our days, juggling multiple tasks at once, and focusing more on checking off items on our to-do lists than actually being present in the moment. We often believe that time is something we need to manage like a commodity to be optimized rather than something to cherish. But when we view time simply as a tool for achieving goals, we miss the beauty of the process itself. It's not just about reaching the destination, it's about enjoying the journey. Time is more than just a sequence of minutes and hours, it's a medium through which we experience life itself. The harsh truth is that every minute spent on something inconsequential is a minute you can never get back. It is so easy to get caught up in the urgency of life and lose sight of what truly matters. But the more intentional we become about how we spend our time, the more we can create a life that reflects our highest values. We must recognize the importance of being mindful of our time. The ability to choose wisely where we invest our hours is a powerful tool that can transform our lives. When we become aware of how our time is spent, we can direct it toward activities and relationships that nourish us, bring us joy, and ultimately allow us to live the life we've always dreamed of. The true value of time is not just in its scarcity, but in its potential to shape our lives. When you respect time and use it wisely, you are making a powerful investment in yourself and your future. And while time will continue to pass, the impact of how you use it will last far beyond the moments you live. The choice to spend your time wisely is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It is a decision that has the power to change the course of your life, and perhaps even the lives of those around you. Learning how to prioritize your time is one of the most essential skills you can develop. In a world full of distractions, responsibilities, and endless demands on our time, the ability to identify what matters most and focus on those things can make all the difference. Prioritization is not just about getting things done, it's about making deliberate, thoughtful decisions about how to use your time in a way that aligns with your goals, values, and long-term vision. We often hear the phrase time is money, but time is much more than that. Time is the currency of our lives, and how we choose to spend it ultimately defines the kind of life we lead. Yet many of us spend our days reacting to the demands of others, filling our schedules with tasks that don't truly serve our highest purpose. We go through the motions, putting out fires and ticking off to-do lists, but at the end of the day, we may find that we haven't moved any closer to the things that truly matter to us. This is where the power of prioritization comes in. It helps us separate what is urgent from what is important, ensuring that we invest our energy into the things that will have the greatest impact on our lives. Prioritization begins with a clear understanding of your values and goals. What do you truly want to achieve in your life? What are the things that give you meaning and fulfillment? It's only by understanding what truly matters to you that you can begin to direct your time and energy toward those things. Without clarity on your values and goals, it becomes easy to fall into the trap of responding to every external demand, taking on tasks because they seem important at the moment, rather than because they align with your true priorities. The first step in effective prioritization is to identify your highest priorities, those activities, goals, or relationships that are non-negotiable. These are the things that, when you look back on your life, will be the most important. For some, it may be spending quality time with family, building a successful career, or pursuing a passion that brings them joy. For others, it may be focusing on their health or personal growth. Whatever your priorities are, they should be at the center of your decision-making process. Once you've identified your highest priorities, the next step is to make sure that your actions align with them. It's easy to get distracted by the demands of life, the phone calls, the emails, the meetings, the errands, but when we're not careful, these tasks can take over our days and leave little room for what really matters. To make prioritization work for you, you have to learn to say no to things that don't serve your top priorities. This might mean setting boundaries with others, declining invitations or commitments that will take time away from what's important to you, or simply making the conscious decision to focus on one task at a time rather than scattering your energy across multiple things. One of the most powerful tools in prioritization is learning to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important. Urgent tasks demand immediate attention, but they aren't always the most important things we should be focusing on. Important tasks, on the other hand, contribute to our long-term goals and bring us closer to the life we envision. The problem is that many of us spend too much time responding to urgent but low-impact tasks, like checking emails or attending unnecessary meetings, and neglect the important but less urgent things that will move the needle on our bigger goals. Effective prioritization involves recognizing when something is urgent versus when it is important, and making sure that you allocate time for the things that truly matter, even if they don't have an immediate deadline attached. Another key to prioritization is understanding that it's not just about tasks or goals, it's also about relationships. People are the heart of our lives, and the time we spend with them is often the most fulfilling. Yet, how often do we allow work or other distractions to take precedence over spending quality time with family, friends, or loved ones? True prioritization means recognizing the value of these relationships and ensuring that we are giving them the attention and care they deserve. Whether it's scheduling regular time with loved ones or carving out moments for meaningful connection, making relationships a priority is essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. Effective prioritization also requires ongoing reflection. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of daily life, but periodically taking a step back and assessing how we're spending our time allows us to recalibrate and make adjustments where necessary. This might mean revisiting our goals, reassessing our priorities, or even letting go of things that no longer serve us. It's important to recognize that priorities can change over time, and flexibility is key to making sure that we are continually investing our time in what truly matters. In the end, learning how to prioritize your time is about making choices that align with the person you want to become and the life you want to live. It's about ensuring that your time is spent on what is most meaningful and making the conscious decision to let go of what doesn't serve you. When you learn to prioritize effectively, you take control of your time and, by extension, your life. You stop reacting to the demands of the world and start creating the life you desire, one that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. Time management is not just about creating schedules and setting reminders, it's about being intentional with how you allocate your time. It involves making conscious decisions that align with your goals, values, and vision for the future. Managing time effectively is one of the most critical skills you can develop because it not only helps you stay organized, but it also empowers you to make meaningful progress in your life. Without a clear understanding of how to manage your time, you can easily become overwhelmed by the endless tasks, distractions, and responsibilities that fill your days. But when you take control of your time, you are in charge of your destiny. The first step in mastering time management is understanding the difference between being busy and being productive. Many people spend their days moving from one task to the next, crossing things off their to-do lists, but still feel unfulfilled or unaccomplished by the end of the day. The truth is, being busy doesn't necessarily mean being productive. Often we focus on tasks that may feel urgent or seem important in the moment, but they don't really contribute to our long-term goals or overall well-being. Effective time management requires us to be mindful of where we're investing our energy. It's not about how many tasks we check off our list, it's about how much progress we make toward the things that matter most. One of the keys to managing your time effectively is learning how to plan your day and set realistic, achievable goals. It's not enough to simply say, I'll work on this today. You need to break down your tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. By setting clear goals for each day, you create a roadmap for what you want to accomplish. Planning your time also involves scheduling breaks and rest periods, as well as allowing room for flexibility. Time management isn't about rigidly sticking to a schedule, it's about creating a framework that helps you focus on what truly matters without feeling overwhelmed by the constant demands of the world around you. Once you've established your goals for the day, it's important to prioritize them. As we discussed earlier, prioritization is a key element of effective time management. Not all tasks are created equal, and some will have a greater impact on your goals than others. Understanding which tasks deserve your immediate attention and which ones can wait is essential. This means recognizing what is truly important in your life and ensuring that these priorities are reflected in how you manage your time. For example, if your health is a priority, you should make time for exercise and meal preparation, even if it means saying no to other activities. Similarly, if building your career or personal development is important, you should block out time for learning, networking, or working on projects that move you closer to your goals. It's also important to identify and eliminate time-wasting activities that prevent you from managing your time effectively. In today's digital age, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, from social media notifications to endless emails and messages. These distractions can easily derail your focus and consume valuable time that could be better spent on more meaningful tasks. To manage your time effectively, you need to be proactive about limiting these distractions. One way to do this is by setting boundaries, designating specific times to check emails or social media, for example, rather than allowing these activities to take over your day. By creating clear boundaries, you can protect your time and ensure that it's used more productively. Another essential aspect of time management is learning how to delegate tasks when appropriate. You don't have to do everything yourself. If you're juggling multiple responsibilities, whether at work, at home, or in your personal life, it's important to recognize when you need help. Delegating tasks allows you to focus on the things that require your unique skills and attention while giving others the opportunity to contribute. This also helps prevent burnout, as you're not constantly shouldering the entire load on your own. A critical part of managing your time effectively is also being able to adapt to unexpected changes. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things won't go as planned. You may encounter roadblocks, setbacks, or last-minute require your attention. Being able to adjust your plans and remain flexible is key to staying on track. Effective time management doesn't mean rigidly sticking to a schedule. No matter what, it's about maintaining a sense of balance and adapting when necessary. When things don't go as planned, take a moment to reassess, adjust, and refocus on your priorities. This ability to be flexible will allow you to stay productive, even in the face of unforeseen challenges. In addition to flexibility, another important aspect of time management is self-discipline. You can have the best laid plans, but if you lack the discipline to follow through, your time management efforts will fall short. Staying disciplined means avoiding procrastination, sticking to deadlines, and maintaining focus even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the necessary work even when it's uncomfortable or difficult. Developing self-discipline takes practice, but it is essential to managing your time effectively and achieving your goals. Finally, managing your time effectively requires you to consistently evaluate and reflect on how you're spending your time. Are the activities you're engaging in still aligned with your goals? Are you staying productive, or are you getting distracted by things that don't matter? Regularly checking in with yourself and adjusting your approach will help you stay on track and ensure that you're managing your time in a way that supports your long-term success and happiness. It's a continual process of learning, growing, and improving the way you approach time. Time management is about taking control of your life, setting priorities, and being intentional with how you spend each moment. When you manage your time effectively, you not only accomplish more, but you also create space for the things that truly matter. The key to mastering time management is to be mindful of how you use your time, plan ahead, eliminate distractions, and remain flexible and disciplined. By doing so, you can make every moment count and move closer to the life you desire. Being intentional with how we spend our time is an essential aspect of leading a fulfilled and purposeful life. Intentionality means living with a sense of purpose, making conscious decisions about how we use our time, and aligning our daily activities with our values, goals, and long-term aspirations. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, reacting to the demands of the moment. And before we know it, time slips away without us ever truly feeling like we are in control. But when we live intentionally, we take ownership of our time, ensuring that it's spent on what truly matters. The first step in being intentional with your time is to establish a clear vision for your life. Without a vision, it becomes challenging to prioritize or make decisions about where to invest your time. A vision provides direction and purpose, helping you understand where you want to go and what you want to achieve. It's important to take the time to reflect on your values, passions, and goals, and then create a roadmap for how to achieve them. When you have a vision, every decision you make regarding your time is guided by that larger purpose. Whether it's personal development, building a career, cultivating relationships, or pursuing a passion, intentionality ensures that your actions align with your long-term objectives. Once you have a clear vision, it's important to break that vision down into smaller, actionable steps. Without a concrete plan, it's easy to become overwhelmed or distracted by the many different responsibilities and tasks that demand our attention. Being intentional with your time means breaking down your larger goals into manageable pieces and then allocating time each day or week to work on those tasks. For example, if your vision involves writing a book, your daily intentionality might involve setting aside a certain number of hours each morning to write, ensuring that you're making steady progress toward your goal. By breaking down big dreams into smaller tasks, you are more likely to stay focused and motivated. Intentionality also means saying no to things that don't serve your goals. Often we find ourselves overcommitting to activities or responsibilities simply because we feel obligated or because we don't want to disappoint others. But when we say yes to everything, we spread ourselves too thin and end up sacrificing the time that could be better spent on our priorities. Saying no doesn't mean being selfish, it means respecting your time and energy. It's about acknowledging that you can't do everything and choosing to focus on the things that will bring the most value to your life. Setting boundaries around how you spend your time is a powerful way to ensure that you are being intentional with every moment. Another key aspect of intentional living is mindfulness. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to move through life on autopilot, reacting to situations and distractions without truly being present. But mindfulness brings us back to the present moment, allowing us to fully engage with what we are doing and be more intentional in how we allocate our time. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, working on a project, or simply relaxing, being mindful helps us stay focused and make the most of each moment. Practicing mindfulness can also help us identify areas where we might be wasting time or allowing distractions to take over. For instance, if we notice that we're spending too much time scrolling through social media or mindlessly watching television, mindfulness can help us become aware of these habits and make more conscious choices about how we use our time.